Before TaxAssist, I was working in the bank, HSBC, and looking after my sons. I had 3 sons at the time. I've now got 4. And I always had a yearning to be self-employed and run my own business. And I went to a franchise show in Birmingham over 10 years ago now, and that's why I saw TaxAssist. At the time, I don't think I was quite in the right place with my age of my children to actually go ahead. Then when I did go to Discovery Day. Then when I moved house some years later, I then looked again and kept in touch the whole time, finding what areas were available. And I made the decision to come on board, which would be 2012.
I was finance director for an AIM-listed company in London. I'm a chartered accountant. I've been so for over 10 years. I've always wanted to start my own business. I was aware of TaxAssist. I'd done a web search, but I didn't know anything about them. And then one evening, I was going from work to a charity function in central London, and I was in a cab, and I was going down the Holborn High Road, and I just looked out and saw TaxAssist, the Holborn branch, which had just opened. It was brand new, and it just looked absolutely fantastic. It was at that point I put 2 and 2 together and realised that these guys were a very serious organisation. Autumn 2011, that's when this taxi journey sort of happened. The very next day I started doing research in earnest and went on the Discovery Day about a month or so later. Signed up, I think it was around Christmas time of that year, and started the training course the following month. Started trading in March.
I'd known about TaxAssist's existence for a while, and it's something that had interested me. And I'd done finance roles in the past. I was coming up to 40, that was one thing. I'd always wanted to run my own business. We just had 2 children, and actually I'd been offered something with AkzoNobel. I felt if I took one of these 2 particular roles, and that would be it. I would never go into self-employment, I would never run my own business. And although I'd been looking at TaxAssist, I'd never actually mentioned it to my partner. It was kind of like a little bit of a secret, I suppose, that I was just secretly researching TaxAssist. I thought there would be quite a lot of resistance, but actually, you know, within a 10-minute conversation, it was like, yeah, definitely go for it. It sounds great, which I wasn't expecting that at all.
Back in the summer of 2012, after 30 years in the financial services world and operational consulting more recently, I decided that I was very keen to develop a family-owned business. I was looking to buy something that was already pretty established, sizable and profitable. I started to look at the franchise area. That's how I came across the TaxAssist brand. The more I looked at what TaxAssist do, very impressive model. While a lot of the franchisees are starting up from scratch, there were also some very sizable businesses that I was interested in potentially buying.
What I wanted to do was to set up something on my own. I've been working in the city, in the financial world for more than 20 years, and after a while I kind of had enough. I mean, a lot of work, a lot of pressure, a lot of money, sure, but you know, it came with a downside as well, which was quality of life. I wanted to do something on my own, and I was not quite sure what I wanted to do. I started to look at, you know, shortcuts, and a shortcut usually is a franchise, somebody who's done it before. I looked at what was available out there, and there were not too many options, to be honest. TaxAssist kind of came naturally.